I think today would be a good day to talk about how the month that we're born in can very well influence our abilities, our gifts, our lessons that we come here to learn, much like our zodiac does, very similarly. And I would like to go through the 12 months of the year and their characteristics, attributes, and lessons with you. But first, I want to share a little bit of science behind this from one of my favorite philosophers, Carl Jung. So I want you to just ask yourself, have you ever wondered if the month that you were born in could reveal something deeper about your soul, about your growth? Hmm. At first glance, it might seem like just another charming idea, right? A coincidence wrapped into tradition or superstition. But for Carl Jung, one of the greatest pioneers, in my opinion, of psychology, he thinks or thought that the month of your birth was far from random. And I agree. He believed it was intricately connected to invisible forces that shape your inner world. According to Jung, each month of the year carries a specific symbolic energy, a vibration, a hidden rhythm that resonates with our unconscious mind. It's not just about astrology or superstition, it's really about understanding the archetypal patterns that subtly influence your emotional tendencies, your core strengths, even your spiritual path. In Jung's view, your birth month acts as a secret doorway. And I like that thought, offering profound insights into who you are at your deepest level. So imagine for a minute that the month that you entered this world actually left a unique imprint on your soul's blueprint. And that understanding this imprint could actually help you to navigate through your emotions, unlock your hidden potential, and even reconnect with parts of yourself that you didn't know were even missing. It sounds incredible, right? Yet, when we explore Jung's theories on archetypes or synchronicity and even the collective unconsciousness, this idea begins to actually unfold with a surprising clarity. So, in this journey, we're going to delve into Carl Jung's symbolic interpretation of time, how each month of the year actually carries very distinct psychological qualities, and even like how these qualities gently guide our emotional and spiritual development of those that are born within each. Before we dive in, I would like to ask if you're passionate about inner growth, self awareness, and decoding these mysteries that lie beneath the surface of all of life, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video or sharing it with your loved ones, where I bring you content that is designed to challenge ordinary thinking and also to inspire deeper reflection, helping you to uncover the hidden layers of your own story. All right, so let's take a deep breath because what we're about to discover may just change not only how you see your birth month, but how you see your entire journey through this life. This isn't about putting labels on people, it's actually about peeling back the layers to reveal the timeless patterns that are written into your very being, your DNA. So let's begin by exploring one of Jung's most powerful ideas, and that would be that life is governed by ancient patterns, what he calls archetypes. These forces, they shape myth, dreams, relationships, and yeah, even silent energy, the silent energy that is surrounding you from the moment of your birth. And by understanding these, we can begin to actually see ourselves and our destiny with a completely new eyes. So, Carl Jung believed that the rhythms of nature, the changing seasons, the shifts in the environment, they weren't just physical events, they were symbolic reflections of a deeper psychological truth. Winter's quiet stillness, spring's bursting vitality, summer's full radiance, and autumn's contemplative decline. Each season, he thought, mirrored different emotional and archetypal energies that are within us. And because every month belongs to a particular phase of the year, a season, then each one carries its own symbolic resonance with those seasons. In Jung's view, the month that you were born in isn't simply a random point on the calendar. It actually marks the precise moment when you entered the ongoing dance of nature's cycles, a moment that is imbued with symbolic energy. The surrounding environment, the quality of light or darkness, the feeling of beginnings or endings, all of these elements shape the emotional and the energetic atmosphere into which you were born into. Take March, for example. This is a month of thresholds. In the Northern Hemisphere, March signals the end of winter, the awakening of spring. Snow is melting, days are stretching longer, and life is beginning to stir back into motion. Now, according to Jung, being born during this type of transitional month, like March or September, when summer is fading into fall, often imprints a duality into this person's psyche. These particular individuals may live with an inattention between stillness and movement, reflection and expression. They tend to have an acute sensitivity to change, often acting as bridges between opposing forces. Now, about that birth in January or July, times when a season has fully established itself. These people that are born during these anchored months often embody the psychological energy of stability and perseverance, even. That's why they're considered cardinal signs in the zodiac. June, he associated them with archetypes of endurance, structure, and inner strength. These individuals are often natural builders of systems and communities. They're drawn to create solid foundations, both within themselves and in the world around them. Their resilience, it isn't loud, but it is unshakable. And I think what fascinated Jung the most was the idea that time is not a neutral backdrop. It has its own character, its own mood, and its unfolding, like a story. Being born at a specific point within this story leaves an energetic imprint on your psyche, much like a musical note resonating quietly in the background of your life. It doesn't dictate your fate, but it creates a framework, a symbolic lens, if you will, through which you can better understand your emotional landscape and your unconscious mind and what drives you. This symbology is a framework that it doesn't trap you into a predetermined role. Instead, it reveals the natural currents that are within you, the strengths that you can cultivate, and even the challenges that you are actually meant to learn so that you can transform them. For Jung and myself, real freedom comes from the knowledge of oneself, much like Jesus said, know thyself. And part of that knowledge really lies in recognizing the invisible forces that you were born into. The beautiful part of this idea is how it transforms something that we rarely consider, the month of our birth, into a real tool for deep personal insight and growth. It suggests that what seems like a simple fact about ourselves is actually more like a portal or a path or a blueprint into the deeper layers of our identities. This is actually aligned with ancient rhythms of life itself, which leads us to the real question: what secret messages does your birth month actually carry about your soul's journey? In Jung's symbolic framework, each month of the year resonates with certain archetypal patterns, timeless images, energies that live in all of us, but become so much more pronounced in some individuals based on when they entered this world. Understanding these patterns can really shed light on why you are drawn to specific roles, why particular emotional themes are repeated in your life, and where your natural talents and even your inner wisdom come from. So, in the coming section, we're going to walk through these hidden meanings behind each month, from the austere depths of January to the transformative mysteries of November. And you may find reflections of your own soul in very unexpected places, hidden connections that bring a sense of validation, clarity, and even awe. It's important to remember this. It isn't about boxing yourself in. Jung's archetypes, they're not rigid categories. They're more like living mirrors. They're not here to limit your potential. They're here to illuminate the hidden energies and potential within you that have always been there, quietly guiding you. So, if you're ready to uncover the symbolic blueprint that's written into your birth month and discover how it might still be shaping your emotions, your choices, and your inner growth, stay with me. This exploration is going to be very interesting. So, now we will begin our journey through the months of the year. Obviously, we're starting with January and then on to February, March, etc. Each carry a unique psychological signature. And as we move forward, you may find yourself reconnecting with pieces of your soul, maybe that you didn't even realize were waiting to be rediscovered. Let's begin the walk through the calendar, unveiling the deeper meanings behind the time that you entered this world and the powerful archetypal typical energies that you carry within you. January, the archetype of the sage. The year opens with a profound stillness. In many places, January is the coldest and quietest time of the entire year. It's a season that is made for reflection and inner contemplation. It is both an end and a beginning. It's a moment that is suspended between the past and the future. Carl Jung connected January to the archetype of the sage, the wise elder who sees beyond the surface of all things. These are individuals that obviously are born in January, but often seem older than their actual years. They naturally carry a sense of wisdom or patience and quiet strength. Their presence is calm yet powerful. And when they choose to speak, others are often drawn to listen. They value long term goals, resilience, and practical insight. And even if they appear reserved, their determination and inner grounding are unmistakable. Yet this archetype also has its shadow. The sage can become overly serious, overly cautious, maybe even emotionally distant. The souls born in January may find it challenging to stay connected to playfulness or spontaneity. Their path lies in embracing their inner wisdom while also holding space for joy, lightheartedness, and allowing it to flow. Now, February, the archetype of the visionary, quite poetic. While February still belongs to the winter, the atmosphere subtly shifts. Beneath the cold air, there is a sense of anticipation, and it's stirring. It's stirring of changes that are not yet visible, but deeply felt. So Jung associated February with the archetype of the visionary, the one who sees what others cannot. Those born in February often possess innovative spirit and a mind that runs ahead of its time. Typically independent thinkers, naturally questioning, especially old systems, dreaming of better futures. A quiet rebellion lives within them, not out of defiance, but out of clear vision for what could be, creativity, and emotional sensitivity. Those are often strong, if not always outwardly shown. Still, visionaries can struggle with isolation, feeling disconnected, from the ordinary world. Grounding their ideals into tangible actions is their challenge. Their evolution lies in bridging the gap between their imagination and reality, learning to build the visions that they can so clearly perceive in their mind's eye. Now, March, the archetype of the reborn. March signals this dramatic shift in the Northern Hemisphere. This is the month when life awakens from its long slumber, spring breaking through the remnants of winter. Jung linked March to the archetype of the reborn. This is the spirit that emerges renewed from darkness and into the light. People born in March often embody emotional sensitivity and intuitive depth. They feel life's rhythm keenly, and they often have an artistic or spiritual nature about them. Reinvention is a theme for them. They have a gift for shedding old skins and beginning something new. Their inner world is rich, flowing with creativity and emotional insight. However, the challenge for the reborn is managing their emotional intensity. They can be easily overwhelmed by the currents of their own feelings and that of others. Their growth truly depends on maintaining healthy boundaries and learning to balance their vivid inner lives with grounded presence in the outer world. Now, April, the archetype of the warrior. April explodes with energy. The days lengthen, life accelerates, and action becomes the rhythm of nature. This month pulses with the archetype of the warrior, the fearless initiator, the embodiment of personal will and courage. Those that are born in April often radiate passion and assertiveness and definitely drive. They are natural leaders, trailblazers, who instinctively move forward into new territory. Their dynamism inspires others, and they often find themselves leading even without trying. Fighting for what they believe in totally comes natural to them. But if unchecked, the warrior's strength can become impulsiveness or even aggression. The April born individuals may need to guard against burning themselves out or acting without foresight. Their journey is to master the art of wise action, knowing when to push ahead and when to hold back. Now, May, the archetype of the builder. By May, nature is settling into full bloom. Stability, beauty, and abundance. They all fill the air. June associated May with the archetype of the builder because this is the one who nurtures, constructs, and finds strength in simplicity. People born in May often have this natural connection to the physical world. They're grounded, sensual, and typically attuned to beauty in all of its forms, whether that's through art, nature, or even daily ritual. And their loyalty, their patience, their steadiness makes them dependable companions and builders of lasting legacies and relationships. The shadow of the builder lies in resistance to change. The May born individuals may cling too tightly to comfort or routine, fearing the disruption that growth can actually bring. So their evolution really depends on learning how to welcome change while staying rooted in what they truly know matters to them. Now, June. June is the archetype of the seeker. June stands at the year's midpoint, summer solstice, balancing light and movement with curiosity and exploration. It resonates with the archetype of the seeker because this is the one who hungers for connection, meaning, and a deeper understanding. Those born in June are often quick witted, very versatile, and very sociable. They possess this natural curiosity about the world and an eagerness to experience life in all of its many forms. They're adventurous, they're charming, and their adaptability makes them excellent communicators and connectors between different people and even ideas. However, the seeker's challenge is that scattered focus. With so many interests and paths to choose, the June born individual may struggle to commit to one thing or to find grounding amidst constant exploration and adventure. Their growth truly lies in discovering a stable center from which their natural curiosity can still be fed, but in a safe, expansive way. Okay? Now, July, the archetype of the protector. July brings warmth, gatherings, and emotional richness. It's a time of deep connection to family, tradition, and even inner life. June associated July with the archetype of the protector because they are the guardian of the emotional bonds and the sacred spaces, like the home. Individuals that are born in July often possess remarkable emotional intelligence, very intuitive, nurturing, and loyal. often acting as emotional anchors for others, their families, communities. Their capacity to care, it runs deep, and they create safe spaces where others feel seen and understood. However, the protector's gift can also become their burden. July born souls may neglect their own needs while focusing on others. They might suppress personal emotions to maintain harmony to the family unit or the friendship unit or the job unit. Their journey lies in learning that balance between giving and receiving, protecting their own heart as fiercely as they protect that of the ones they care for and love. Mm. August, the archetype of the sovereign. August arrives with this boldness and radiance, a sense of personal power. It reflects the archetype of the sovereign because they're the king or the queen, the dignified leader who inspires through presence and vision. Those born in August often have this natural charisma about them. They command attention, not by force, but by an undeniable inner strength. Their sense of purpose and confidence often leads them into leadership roles, whether officially or through sheer influence. They seek to create, to organize, and to guide. Yet, the sovereign archetype, mm, they carry the temptation of pride. The August born must guard against rigidity, control, or even a fear of being vulnerable. Their evolution comes through embracing humility or empathy and the realization that true leadership empowers others, not just the self. Okay, September, the archetype of the analyst. As the seasons begin to shift, September brings the energy of refinement, order, and even preparation. June connected this month with the archetype of the analyst for good reason, because they're the one who seeks the clarity the most. They seek the structure, they seek truth through careful planning, careful observation. People born in September often have sharp minds and a gift for organization. They notice the details that maybe others totally miss, striving to create harmony through precision and thoughtful planning. Their sense of duty and discernment makes them excellent problem solvers and caretakers of systems. But the analyst's strength can also become a trap when it veers them into perfectionism. The September born souls may judge themselves or others too harshly, struggling with uncertainty or flaws. Their growth lies in embracing imperfection and allowing for the messy, beautiful chaos that life often can throw at us. Now, October. This is the archetype of the diplomat. October is a month of balance, beauty, and shifting colors. It carries the energy of the diplomat because they are the bridge builder, the artist of relationships, the seeker of harmony in a divided, crazy world. So those born in October are often the ones who possess a keen sensitivity to the aesthetics, fairness, emotional connection. They naturally seek to bring opposites together, valuing peace and and understanding. Many October individuals are drawn to artistic expression, romance, partnerships that are built on mutual respect. Yet, the diplomat's gift can turn into avoidance. The fear of conflict may cause the October born individuals to compromise too often or silence their own needs. Their path to growth is in learning that true balance comes from standing firm in authenticity, even if it risks disruption. Now, November, the archetype of the alchemist. November descends with mystery, quiet intensity, and an invitation to transformation. For June, this month aligns with the archetype of the alchemist because they have this deep transformative ability about them. They can turn pain into wisdom and endings into beginnings. Essentially, they are the phoenix. Individuals born in November often have this magnetic depth to them. They're unafraid to confront darkness, both in themselves and in the world. Their lives are often marked by really profound changes, cycles of loss and rebirth that refine their spirit. However, the alchemist's path is not an easy one. November souls may struggle with emotional turbulence or fear of vulnerability. Their evolution comes through trusting the transformative power of surrender, knowing that every descent there is a promise of a greater ascent. And last but not least is December, the archetype of the visionary sage. December closes the cycle of our entire year with reflection, wisdom, and hope. It embodies the archetype of the visionary sage because they are the wise teacher who draws from experience to inspire future journeys. Those born in December often combine a philosophical mind with a spirit of optimism. They are drawn to the higher ideals, big questions, and expansive visions of what life could really be. Their natural wisdom often makes them mentors, guiding lights for others, seeking meaning and direction. But the sage must be very careful not to drift into abstraction, losing touch with this present moment. The December born individuals, they grow by anchoring their insights into real world action, living their wisdom rather than merely contemplating. Now, as we've seen through Jung's symbolic lens, the calendar is much more than a way to just measure time. It's actually a sacred map. It's a guide to the inner energies that shape us. Your birth month doesn't trap you in a single identity. It offers a mirror, revealing the deep patterns and the hidden gifts that have been with you all along. If anything, it invites you to embrace your nature, work with your shadow side, and step into the fullness of your own soul's true path. Carl Jung taught that true freedom comes not from escaping who we are, but from understanding ourselves deeply. And sometimes, even something as simple as the month we were born in, can be a profound key to that self discovery and inner knowing. So now that you've walked through this symbolic journey through the year with me, ask yourself what hidden energies have been guiding you all along, and what new possibilities might emerge now that you can see them more clearly. Leave me a comment down below. Let's talk about it. And until next time, be well and be blessed in love and light. Our song Kelly Robertson out for Deja Brew News.